very much for staying with us. Our top focus, Team India's two-day visit of violence-hit Manipur has concluded. The delegation of 21 MPs met State Governor today and submitted to her a memorandum of their observations made during the visit. The opposition urged the governor to ensure peace and normalcy is restored in the state at the earliest. Earlier, the 21-member delegation met the victims of violence, including the two women who were disrobed and paraded naked on the streets of Manipur on May 4th. The delegation is set to raise their observations in the parliament on Monday.
बड़े ताजुब की बात है, बड़े-बड़े बात तो दिल्ली में कहे जाते हैं, देश की बाहर भी बड़े-बड़े बात कहे जाते हैं। हम लोग क्या करें? लगता तो है जब सारे मणिपुर जल रहे हैं तो हमारे देश के प्रधानमंत्री बंसुरी बजा रहे हैं। किसी के कोई परवाह नहीं मणिपुर के बारे में। आप जानते हैं लोगों की घर में खाना नहीं है, दवाई नहीं है, बच्चों की पढ़ाई की कोई इंतजाम नहीं है, कॉलेज स्टूडेंट कॉलेज में जाने नहीं पा रहे हैं। सारे मणिपुर में दो गुटों के बीच जो झगड़ा चल रहे हैं, इस झगड़ा से इनको वापस लाने के लिए कोई कोशिश नहीं किए जा रहे हैं।
Congress Party's MP Gaurav Gogoi is joining us. Sir, what are your experience? What are your demands?
We've come back extremely pained and saddened and disheartened to see the situation on the ground. After meeting the victims, we've come back extremely sad, and it's been a very unfortunate to see the state of Manipur as is today. In our meeting with the governor, we said that what we have started as India Alliance, which is to visit the state of Manipur and assess the situation on the ground, that should be emulated by the Prime Minister, and he should also visit Manipur and if possible lead an all-party delegation, and we would be happy to go back to Manipur again and initiate the process of peace.
All right, to take this conversation further, I'm being joined in by our guests, P. Sandosh Kumar, Rajya Sabha MP CPI, and Dr. Mahua Maji, Rajya Sabha MP JMM. We'll try, of course, connecting with Mahua in a little bit, but let me go to Sandosh first. Thank you very much for taking the time and speaking to us here on Mirror Now. Sandosh, let me begin by asking you this. As we speak about the key visit by the delegation, does the opposition feel the key objective has been achieved, or what are the key observations of the same in your assessment?
See, as far as I am concerned, this is my second visit to Manipur after the outbreak of this violence. So, even after 20 days of my first visit, situation has not changed. People are suffering like anything, no employment, no internet, joblessness, schools and colleges are stopped functioning, and even in wartime, medical facilities were available to people. Free supply of medicines were available, but that also stopped in some parts of Manipur. So the gravity of the situation is that no one knows when this is going to end. We met the governor, we met some other officials and the civil service sections and groups, but no one is sure of ending this, crisis. And this is so unfortunate. That is the prevailing situation. We met women, children, and almost all sections of people, but all are equally hopeless. That is the present state of affairs in Manipur. Hello?
Sandosh, as we speak about the current situation on the ground, what is it that the opposition is demanding from the government? If you can hear me?
Yeah. See, the thing is that opposition parties, the India Alliance consists of many parties, and we were 21 in number to meet the governor and others. And our immediate demand is that, as it was suggested by many others, peace and normalcy must be restored. That is the main thing. And apart from that, as a party, we demand something more. The Chief Minister of Manipur should resign as early as possible. And I have no hesitation in demanding that, if possible, he should quit politics also. I'm sorry to say that. The Chief Minister must resign and, let someone try to lead Manipur. But the need of the hour is the Chief Minister's resignation. And secondly, what we fear, this may lead to the division of Manipur. As section is demanding the division of Manipur and the formation of separate states also. It should not happen. We are for the integrity of Manipur. And what we fear, I am again sorry to say, Northeast is full of ethnic groups, violence and clashes. Clashing interests are there, as we all know. Today, what is happening in Manipur may happen in other parts of India, especially Northeast. That is, we all are fearful of. So, kindly understand the prevailing situation, and the Chief Minister must resign, and we have to, restore normalcy and peace. And this should not repeat in other parts of Northeast.
Right,
Hello.
Santosh. I'm going to come back to you in a couple of minutes. I do understand
Hello.
that Dr. Mahua Maji, Rajya Sabha MP, JMM, is also there with us. Mahua, thank you very much for also taking the time out and speaking to us here. What Santosh was obviously saying is after this key visit, the situation, of course, on ground is terrible. But in his opinion, that the Chief Minister should also be resigning. आपका क्या कहना है इसके बारे में और opposition से आप क्या मांग करती है सरकार से?
अपोजिशन से यही मांग करते हैं कि वहाँ पे सिर्फ फोर्स और इसकी बात करने से नहीं होगा। ये साइकोलॉजिकल प्रॉब्लम भी है, दो कम्युनिटीज़ के बीच जो नफ़रत पैदा हो गई है एक दूसरे के प्रति, वे एक दूसरे के घर जला रहे हैं। क्योंकि हम लोगों ने मैतेई और कुकी दोनों समुदायों के कैंप्स में हम लोगों ने दौरा किया, उनसे हम लोग मिले, हम लोग चूड़ा चंद्रपुर भी गए, इम्फाल भी गए, हम लोग मोइरांग में भी हमारी प्रतिनिधि टीम गई। तो सब जगह बात करके ये पता चला कि दोनों समुदाय के लोग भयभीत हैं, दोनों एक दूसरे के घर जला रहे हैं, दोनों एक दूसरे को जान के प्यासे हो गए हैं। ये सिर्फ चाहते हैं कि ये हम अपने घर लौटे, हमें पहले की तरह अपने रोजगार से जुड़ने दीजिए। कुछ लोगों ने कहा हमें खेती करनी है, लेकिन खेती कैसे करें, उधर से गोलीबारी हो रही है, अभी भी बंदूक वहाँ पर गोलियां चलाई जा रही हैं, बम बरसाए जा रहे हैं, अभी भी घर जलाए जा रहे हैं, वहाँ अभी भी शांति की बहाली नहीं हुई। आज माननीय गवर्नर तक ने कह दिया कि हम लोग खाद्य सामग्री या ज़रूरत के सामग्री भी नहीं पहुंचा सकते हैं बहुत सारे इलाकों में, क्योंकि रास्ते में ही गाड़ियां लूट ली जाती हैं या फिर वो वहां जाने नहीं दी जाती। गवर्नर ने कहा कि वो खुद अपने हेलीकॉप्टर में एक बार कुछ सामान लेके गई थी। ये तो वहाँ की स्थिति है। तो ऐसी स्थिति से कैसे निपटा जाए, मुझे गवर्नर की भी यही सलाह थी कि एक ऑल पार्टी मीटिंग अगर हो जाती, सभी पार्टी चाहे वो पक्ष के हों चाहे विपक्ष के हों, एक साथ या तो मणिपुर आती या दिल्ली में कोई मीटिंग हो जाती कि आखिर वो चाहते क्या हैं और कैसे इसका समाधान होगा। राजनीति की बात नहीं है। अब मुझे लगता है कि इसे एक बड़ी समस्या समझकर आपस में बैठ के ये करना है कि कैसे वहाँ की समस्या से निजात पाया जाए। क्योंकि हमने देखा कि जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं मेडिकल कॉलेज के, वैसी लड़कियां हैं, लड़के हैं, नर्सिंग कॉलेज के स्टूडेंट्स हैं, वो कह रहे हैं कि हम इम्फाल नहीं जा सकते तो हमारा भविष्य क्या होगा। बीच में ही पढ़ाई बंद हो जा रही है, बच्चे स्कूल नहीं जा रहे हैं। एक ब्लाइंड एक लड़के से मैं मिली, उसकी माँ बहुत मुश्किल से कहीं से उसका बेटा उनके पास आया, वो ब्लाइंड था इसलिए भाग नहीं पाया था, किसी ने पहुँचाया। तो उसने कहा कि वो बहुत टैलेंटेड बच्चा है, वो बहुत स्पोर्ट्स में बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन उसको सेंटर चाहिए जहां वो अपने टैलेंट को आगे बढ़ा सके। अब वो कैंप्स में है, उनका कहना है कि उसका भविष्य अंधकारमय है। तो अब मुझे लगता है कि इसके लिए सिर्फ और सिर्फ आपस में बातचीत करके दोनों कम्युनिटीज़ के लोगों को बैठा के और उनकी बातें सुन के कोई ऐसा परमानेंट सॉल्यूशन निकालना चाहिए। ये नहीं कि 2 दिन के लिए उनके घर भेज दे फिर घर जला दिए जाए, इससे नहीं होगा। क्योंकि कैंप में भी वो बहुत परेशानी में है, वहाँ पानी की बहुत दिक्कत है, दवाइयाँ नहीं मिल रही हैं, क्योंकि वो एक कपड़े में भाग के आए, चाहे कुकी हो चाहे मैतेई, वो जब अपने घर छोड़ के भागे तो एक कपड़े में आए, उनके पास कुछ भी नहीं है। लेकिन यहाँ ट्रक से कई जगह सप्लाई भी नहीं हो रहा है। एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट में सिर्फ 300 से ज़्यादा शरणार्थी कैंप हैं और उसमें 15,000 से ज़्यादा लोग रह रहे हैं। आप सोचिए इतने सारे लोग, एक एक जहाँ भी वो रह रहे हैं, किसी कॉलेज में या स्कूल में, जहाँ भी वो अभी शेल्टर मिला हुआ है, उसमें इतने सारे लोगों को रखना, उसमें बाथरूम की दिक्कत, टॉयलेट्स नहीं है, महिलाएं बच्चों को जन्म दे रही हैं तो वो बच्चे, उस पर कोई प्राइवेसी नहीं है वहीं पर, और जो न्यूली बॉर्न बेबीज़ हैं उनके लिए कुछ पोषाहार नहीं है, मेडिसिन्स नहीं है। तो वहाँ इतनी अधिक अराजकता है कि अब राजनीति किसी को भी नहीं करनी चाहिए, बल्कि मिल बैठ के इस समस्या को फेस करना चाहिए और कोई परमानेंट सॉल्यूशन निकालना चाहिए।
तो आपका यही कहना होगा महुआ जी कि लॉन्ग टर्म सोल्यूशन होना चाहिए, टेम्पररी नहीं। लेकिन आई विल गो टू दैट पॉइंट टू Santosh. Santosh, as we speak about this, earlier you have raised, of course, questions on the failed state administration as well. But in the larger aspect of this, because it is again atrocities against women, so in the larger aspect, do you believe that we have also failed to protect the women in our society as we speak of these horrific incidents?
Of course, as I told you, as far as the common man of Manipur are concerned, whether one belongs to Methi or Kuki, it's a horror without any end. And the plight of the woman is so, tragic, I should say. We visited many camps, mothers were weeping, and children were denied education. These are, there are many, many untold saga of miseries. But we need a political solution to this question. This is cannot be treated like a, law and order situation. Of course, law and order problems are there, but should not treat this as a law and order problem. This is a political issue, so which needs a political solution. And as far as my party is concerned, the starting point of the political solution is the resignation of the chief minister. And let us, try to elect a new government there, in the sense that someone should lead, and the government has failed in all fronts, both the central government and the state government. Wherever you go, meet whoever you can, and whether one belongs to this party, that community, that doesn't matter. The common opinion is that both the government has failed, and our intelligence agencies also failed. So it is high time, even after 90 days. You see, one more thing let me add. This has unfortunately become an international issue. We are not supportive of that. The European Union had discussed this issue. The US ambassador to India also offered his willingness to intervene in this issue. And a section of our people in Manipur, I am sorry to say, we are not supportive of that. They wrote a letter seeking UN General Secretary's intervention. So situation has reached such a level. That is why we demand a statement from the Prime Minister of this country. The Prime Minister, he speaks about almost all things on earth. He's, such a versatile genius who can talk about all subjects. So he should come and make a statement. And we are ready to cooperate with the government. We are ready to extend our full-fledged support to the government, even though we have political differences with them.
Sandosh, sorry to interject you, but before we wrap, a quick question. One thing that the BJP has been stating is that the government is ready for a discussion, but it's the opposition that has continued to stall the discussion on this in the parliament, where the logjam was clearly seen in the past 1 week. So after this visit, will the opposition let the proceedings happen in the parliament?
See, if you go through the proceedings, this what happened in the parliament during these days, they want to treat this Manipur issue just like any other state issue. For example, they gave notice to discuss the Chhattisgarh issue, Rajasthan issue. So can we compare what is happening in Chhattisgarh or Rajasthan or any other Indian state with the Manipur? This is a simple question. The Prime Minister answered after many days. Actually, he opened his mouth and he was comparing, no, this is happening in Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, not only in Manipur, like that. So Manipur is a specific case which needs the Prime Minister's intervention. Don't try to minimize Manipur, because if we try to minimize the importance of Manipur, the gravity of the situation, this may happen in other parts of the Northeast. That is what we are worried of. You can talk about Kerala, you can talk about love jihad, you can talk about many other issues, but please don't compare the situation prevailing in Manipur with any other Indian state. So BJP is trying to minimize this issue. That's what I would like to say. So the Prime Minister should come and make a statement.
All right, Santosh, on that. Okay, so that is, of course, what the opposition, of course, continues to ask, is that the Prime Minister does state about Manipur in the well of the House. But on that note, I want to thank you as well as Mahua for joining us here on Mirror Now and sharing with us your perspective about the key delegation that did visit Manipur. We leave the conversation at that, but we continue to